And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. We've got Father's Day baseball. It's the St. Louis Cardinals and the Chicago Cubs. With Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. And a big-time win streak is on the line today, Chris.
No one's really sure how much a manager impacts wins and losses over the course of the season, but I'll say right now, this manager has been making all the right moves.
So just about set now, and today's starter, Javier Assad. What do you have on him, Siggy?
Yeah, he's definitely had a struggle so far this year, as evidenced by that inflated whip. But he's going to have to find a way to limit the base runners, put his team in a position to win a ball game. So we know he's prepared. We know this guy's a competitor, and we'll watch how he works in this one.
Number 91, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one.
No strike.
Right side, hard hit. And a quick out, number one. Now we take a check of the St. Louis Cardinals lineup. And one to watch, of course, their three-hole hitter, Demetrius Lewis.
Yeah, definitely someone I always enjoy, when I get a chance to watch him, whether he's hitting a game or even taking swings during batting practice. Man, this guy's always so focused on what he's doing on that task at hand. He's got so much attention to detail that when he steps in the box, his success rate is really high.
Brendan Donovan, the next to hit, takes ball one.
1-0.
One out, base is empty. That one is absolutely belted. That's a fair ball, and it's getting into the corner. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
He's been swinging it really well lately. Just a really nice job of turning on that pitch and smoking it down the line. And there's no one playing there, so once it drops in fair, you're on your way to extra bases.
On the north side of Chicago, John Shambi and Chris Singleton. And now, Demetrius Lewis. That one's in there. That's strike one.
It's 0-1.
One out and a runner at second, and we're just getting started here in the top of the first. 0-2 now as he swings through it.
Well, there's a certain point where you have to commit to what you think you see, and he guessed wrong right there. Nasty slider with just terrific bite at the end.
Kicks and deals. Inside, and it hit him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch. So first and second with one gone. And here's Paul Goldschmidt, one of the stars in the win yesterday, as he had 3 hits. Right through there for a strike.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Two on, one out. Fought off foul. The 0-2. Lifted in the air, right field. Makes the grab, and there's 2 away.
Number 15.
Down to third baseman.
This at-bat might not seem like a huge deal right now, but baseball is a game of moments, and what happens here could change everything.
And a foul ball. First and second, 2 down. Big swing and a miss.
That front-door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing play.
And downstairs.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Two on, 2 outs. Now he breaks his back. Over to first. And that is the inning. So the Cards strand a couple, and now it'll be the Cubs' turn in a scoreless ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here with my pal Singy. Today's starting pitcher, Miles Michaelis. Singy, he was impressive his last time out.
So dominant, only gave up one hit, and I know in the back of his mind he's thinking about how close he came, but he's got to forget about that and focus on his opponent in this one.
And now Dansby
Swanson, former first-round pick by the Arizona Diamondbacks, Vanderbilt player in college, College World Series player, all that good stuff, but really coming into his own.
And he deals. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Michaelis, in his 8th season, he features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a sinker, a curve, and he works in a changeup. And here it comes. He goes down looking.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. He got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
Madrigal.
Here's Nick Madrigal.
Definitely scuffling at the dish lately. Barely hitting over the Mendoza line this month.
Foul ball there. The pitch. On the ground to the left. Over to Goldie. And here this afternoon, 2 quickly away in the bottom of the first. Here's a look at the Cubs lineup. This is a good offense, Chris. You're going to get quality at bats and balls put in play consistently with this group.
And it doesn't really matter who they're facing on the mound. They have the ability to go out and compete and win ball games. If it's an all-star or Cy Young Award winner to just a rookie up in the big leagues. So when you have that, you have a chance to win every night. If I was a pitcher on this team, I'd feel pretty good about taking the mound for them.
Cody Bellinger in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Foul ball. 2 outs, base is empty. In the air, left field. Antico settles underneath it and puts the squeeze on that one. And that is that. Scoreless after 1. All set for the start of the inning. And now the Cardinals catcher, Gavin Collins. Assad back to work. On the corner for a strike. Ripped to right, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Mason Wynn will hit next. Looking to stay hot after yesterday's game. Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Go to second and he's out.
Well, this is a real momentum killer after the leadoff single. Tried to steal second base on the first pitch. Defense was all over it. Nicely done from behind the plate with the catch and throw. But a quick tag before he reaches the base.
One down, base is empty. Right through there for a strike. A plate umpire, Freddie Ferguson. Second inning here, no score. That's to third. Aliendo throws to first in time.
Deceptive slider right there. Stayed in the tunnel a long time. Got that hitter out front. Rolled over it. Put it on the ground.
2 outs. Base is empty. Now up for St. Louis, Mike Antico. And first offering is fouled off. Two outs. Swing and a high fly ball down the left field line, but hooking foul. The pitch comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. And it's in time for the third out, so that'll end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. Now to the bottom of the second. No score. Here at Wrigley Field, bottom of the inning. And now, Patrick Wisdom. He is very much your typical power hitter. I'd say he falls into the 3 true outcomes category.
Well, we've seen more and more of that lately. The ability to drive the ball to slug is getting heavily favored over any discipline or strikeout concerns.
As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. Edge of the zone for a strike. 0-1. Right-hander kicks, deals. That misses.
Down.
Ball 1. Got it belted. Deep to left. Way out of here. Home run. That's worth the price of admission. And they jump ahead in the second. It's 1-0.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park. There was a sinker up in the zone. It looked like it came out of the pitcher's hand a little bit too early. Doesn't have the velocity that good four-seam fastball does. And at the plate, he didn't miss it.
Jordan Walker, the next Cub to hit. That one hit to right. Hauls it in for the out. 1 down.
Batting 6th, the right fielder.
Next to hit, Seiya Suzuki.
It's been a tough stretch for him at the plate. Just 1 hit in his last 5 games.
That's in for a strike.
0-1.
And a pitch. Checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. And Joe McDonald says he won a round. And the right-hander deals. Just off the inside edge.
Excellent arm action on that 2-strike changeup. Just missed. Man, he wanted that call.
Just missed.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there's 2 away.
Well, he's got great strikeout stuff on the mound, doesn't he? I mean, double-digit strikeouts in his last start, and he's just racking them up again in this one. This guy can really dominate a game out there. Not a fun assignment for any lineup.
And now it's Miguel Amaya. And the pitch a little bit low. Ball 1. 1 run across in the frame so far. Bottom half of inning number 2. Not even close there. And the count is 2-0. And another ball.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if they'll walk you.
The pitch. The right-hander gives up the 2-out walk.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
towards right center field, and that'll fall for a base hit. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
The pitcher,
Javier Assad, the next Cub to hit. There's a strike. Two on, 2 outs. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. Got him swinging. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. We head on now to the top of the 3rd. It's the Cubs 1 and the Cardinals nothing. Top half of the 3rd inning, leading off Miles Michaelis. The right-hander back to work. The other way. Fair ball.
now batting.
And here's the St. Louis leadoff man. 0 for 1 so far. Ripped on a line. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Next to hit, Brendan Donovan. Doubled his first time up. That misses. 1-0. And that's in for a strike. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. And in one hops the wall. Lead runner holds at third. So 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Lewis stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. Two on, 1 out. And that one fouled off. Here's a 1-1. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Good rate movement on that sinker right there. It's right where you want to get it to get that swing over the top.
Righty to the plate. Got him! Huge strikeout there.
Well, this is where the team aspect really comes into play on the offensive side of the game, right? I mean, missed opportunity to tie it up with the runner at third, 1 out, couldn't put the ball in play. So now it's time to pick him up. And that's where good teams, they go to. They operate on this level of next man up. That mentality is what causes them to win series, get into the postseason. That helps keep the energy and morale high in the dugout.
Here's Paul Goldschmidt. Flied to right his first time. There's a strike. 2 outs. Hit hard on the ground to short. To first, but it pulls him off the bag.
That's a play you expect your shortstop to make pretty much every time. Pretty routine. Hard to tell if he didn't get a great grip on it or the mechanics on him just broke down, but that gives this offense an extra out to work with.
So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Here's the third baseman. Grounded out his first time. That clips the corner. Two on, 2 outs. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. And the 0-2. Swing and a high fly ball, deep left field. Wisdom going back. This one's going to carry, and it's gone. It just got out of here. Third home run of the season, and the Cardinals have the lead now. It's 4-1.
No matter how this outing ends, that pitch is going to haunt him for a while. An 0-2 mistake. That's supposed to be a pitch out of the zone. He left it in the spot that the hitter could do some damage with, and that's exactly what he did.
So 2 down, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Gavin Collins. And there's the strike.
Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound. And this is one of those where you learn a lot about a guy's toughness and his ability to turn the page and keep pressing forward.
2 down, nobody on. And that one fouled off. And a swing and a miss. Ends the inning after they racked up a bunch of runs. St. Louis gets 3 on the homer. It's now a 4-1 ball game. You're watching St. Louis Cardinals baseball on the Show Midwest. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the shortstop, Dansby Swanson.
Dansby Swanson.
And the pitch. Strike 1. That catches the zone for a strike. 0-2. The wind to the pitch. Got him. And there's one away. Here's the second baseman, Nick Madrigal. He's 0 for 1.
Madrigal.
There's the strike. That one catches the zone, and it's 0-2. The Cubs trailing by 3 here in the last half of the third. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Here comes Cody Bellinger. Fly to left his first time. Just missed. Bellinger's a brilliant defender, whether in the outfield where he won a Gold Glove in right, center field, or at first base. The footwork he attributes to playing soccer as a kid. And Bellinger is a huge Premier League soccer fan. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-1.
It was a good changeup to hit up in the zone. I don't think he recognized it. I'm sure he'd love to have that one back.
Two and one.
In the dirt. Runner holds. Count goes to 2-1. At the belt and fires. On the ground, 2 ball. There's 1. And it's a double play to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. On to inning number 4. It's the Cardinals 4 and the Cubs 1. Back here at the friendly confines. Start of the 4th, and the batter will be the shortstop, Mason Wynn. Assad back to work. There's a strike. Wynn goes 5 feet 11 inches, 180 pounds, and he's driven in double-digit runs over his last 10 games. Down the left field line, could be extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he's there with a leadoff double. Singy, that was a laser shot. And a good thing we have StatCast to give us the details.
Yeah, get out of the way on that one. That ball flew out of the box at 112 miles per hour. You talk about generating a ton of power in that swing. He did it with quick hands, good lower half, and just unloaded on that ball.
At the plate, Mike Antico. And a foul ball. Man at second. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. And they get it in quickly. First and third now with nobody out.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Here comes Craig Counsell, and we're going to see a pitching change. Javier Assad departs, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. Number 48 gets the call from the pen.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
So they're at the corners now. Miles Michaelis next up for the Cardinals. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball.
Not the easiest thing when you're talking about a guy that's, perhaps is going to be in the rotation or maybe a long relief guy to not start an inning.
Hit on the ground might be 2. To second, that's 1. And a run scores on the double play.
First and third, nobody out. You're thinking you've got it lined up for a pretty big inning right here. So that double play is pretty deflating. They get the run in, but now they're starting all over.
Back to the leadoff spot in the St. Louis lineup. And here's the St. Louis leadoff man. Just missed.
1-0.
Two outs. That one ripped. That's down. One hops off the wall. And that's a 2-out double.
These guys today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
Man in scoring position with 2 away. Brendan Donovan next up for the Cardinals. On the ground to first. Oh, what a stop. Throw to the pitcher, and very nicely done for the out.
First, it looks like making the stop is the hardest part, but feeding to the pitcher on the move, I think even tougher. Great job of hitting that moving target. They're going to be fired up in the dugout.
And we're back. John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Patrick Wisdom. The pitch. There's the strike. And a pitch. And that one a little below the knees. And it's 1-1. The line to kick the pitch. That's out to center field. And there's one away.
Now batting, the first baseman, Jordan.
And now the first baseman, Jordan Walker. He's 0 for 1.
This kid picked up in a trade. A lot was offered and given to get him, but he's got a real high ceiling.
That one finds the zone, and that's strike 1.
He's been very consistent with his command out there on the mound, consistently throwing at the knees. Pretty impressive when a guy can repeat his delivery like this.
The Cubbies down by 4. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And the 0-1. Fastball for a strike. One down, base is empty. Hit on the ground to the right side. Steps on first for the out.
Now batting, right fielder, Seiya Suzuki.
So up now for Chicago, Seiya Suzuki. He was a strikeout victim his first time. On the ground right side. Fires over to first. Play made. That ends the inning. Cubs are down quietly. They're down 5-1. New inning. Getting started, stepping in the long ball threat, Demetrius Lewis. And the pitch. Ball one, no strikes.
You know, these Cardinals, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
The 1-1. A swing and a soft liner. Calls it in, and there's one away.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Now it's Goldschmidt up to the plate. Liner, caught it second.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
2 outs, base is empty. Now the third baseman. He's already homered in this game. Outside, and it's 1-0. Liner to second and picked on the hop. On to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Redbirds down quietly. They're up 5-1. We head to the bottom of the 5th, and now it's going to be Miguel Amaya.
Miguel Amaya.
The wind of the pitch. And takes low for ball 1.
You know, these Cubs just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just 1 extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Here comes the pitch. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Alienda batting for the second time, and that's strike 1.
And that's a great take right there. Even though it's a strike, with the situation, runner on first base, you want to keep the ball off the ground. And you swing at that pitch, most likely you roll into a double play.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
0-2.
Oh, 2 now, and they'll do it again. Amaya gets his lead at first, nobody out. Ground ball left side. Oh, great stop. Fires to second for 1. On to Goldschmidt. That's 2.
Well, he just sucked the oxygen out of the other team's dugout with that great play. Makes the dive and is able to get up and start a double play. They were thinking they were going to get some momentum and get a rally going this inning, but it all came to a halt right there.
So now pinch hitter for the Cubs, Ian Happ.
Pretty surprised they're going with a pitcher off the bench here, Boog. I mean, they must be trying to save what they have left in terms of position players for later or something.
That's a strike, and it's 0-1. 2 down, nobody on. Here's a high fly ball out to center. And that will end the inning. Yency Almonte gets handed the rock out of the pen. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Gavin Collins now at the plate. 1 for 2.
Gavin Collins.
And he deals. Right through there for a strike. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Everything came together for him. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Mason Wynn next up for the Cardinals. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
0 balls, 1 strike.
No outs. Runner on second. Slowly on the ground to short. Tags the runner, but safe at first. It's a fielder's choice. Mike Antico next up for the Cardinals. There's a swing and a drive. Could be extra bases. Lead runner holds at third, so 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed and everybody is a step or 2 behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
Second and third, 1 gone. So in now is the Cardinals pitcher, Miles Michaelis. Swings through that.
No ball, 1 strike.
Second and third, 1 away. Here in the 3rd and final game of the series. Swing and a line drive curling foul down the right side. Oh, 0-2 now. That one the other way. Makes the catch. Runner tagging from third. Throw is offline, and he scores. And the lead is up to 5.
Up next for the Cardinals, the center fielder, Victor Scott.
And here's the St. Louis leadoff man. 1 for 3. Just missed.
1-0.
Line drive. That's a base hit as a run scores.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Runner at first with 2 away. Now it's the second baseman, Brendan Donovan. Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
0-1.
Two runs across in the inning, and we're in the top half of the 6th. And a base hit up the middle. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. You see a ball come off the bat like that, you know it was pretty much a perfect swing. And for me, I start wondering, and I'm looking on the computer, what was the exit velocity? This time 106.
Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Demetrius Lewis. Up the middle. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. That leaves him without a throw, and they come away without an out.
Up next for the Cardinals.
Bases full, 2 gone. And up next for St. Louis, Paul Goldschmidt. In the air out towards right center. Suzuki has a beat on it. He makes the grab. And that is that. 2 runs in the inning, but they strand 3. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Cardinals 7 and the Cubs 1. Back here at Wrigley Field, bottom of the 6th. Now it's the shortstop, Dansby Swanson. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. And here it comes. 0-1.
Yeah, we go beyond just the fielding percentage and what it looks like, but the ability to have a range and close holes that are normally there against an average defender. But this guy is special, and you can see it in his first step quickness.
Next offering is down low.
Boog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does.
No, that's a foul ball.
Swing and a miss. Some high cheese for strike 3.
Now, this pitching staff has been merciless against him in this one. I mean, he struck out 6 times in this series, and we've seen no adjustment out of him so far.
Nick Madrigal, the next Cub to hit. Madrigal swinging it much better this season in away games than here at home.
Well, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. The wind and the pitch. It's softly on the ground left side. Over to Goldie. 2 up, 2 down.
The center fielder, number 24, Cody.
2 outs, base is empty. Bellinger up to hit. That's off the mark, and that's ball 1.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
That one's in there. That's strike 1. And the righty deals. Ground ball to the right side. Donovan to first, and Bellinger is out. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Nothing happening there for the Cubs. They're down 7-1. Here comes a new arm for the Cubs, Jose Cuas.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Here's the third baseman. He's already homered here in this one. The pitch. And that's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Stepping in, Gavin Collins. Throw to second, tag, out at second.
Well, I really didn't expect him to try to steal second base because he had a very standard lead at best. If you're going to try to get there safely, you've got to get more on that lead. You've got to get a better jump. That was the difference between being safe and out.
Bounced up the middle. Throws to first in time.
Up next for the Cardinals, the shortstop, Mason.
2 outs, base is empty. And now Mason Wynn. Scorched to center. No doubt about it. That is long gone. His second home run of the series. It's 8-1.
His confidence is through the roof with the way he's been swinging it lately. He's on a really good run. Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
Two outs, nobody on. Mike Antico next up for the Cardinals. Swing and a miss at one above the zone.
It's 0-1.
Swing and a foul straight back. Two outs. Gonna count 1 and 2.
0-2 pitch that far out of the zone gives the hitter a little confidence that maybe he can climb back into this at bat.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. One scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. It's now 8-1. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 7th. Now the left fielder, Patrick Wisdom. The pitch. And that one is in for a strike.
I really like how he's been attacking hitters early in at bats. He's thrown strikes on the first pitch to over 70% of the guys he's faced in this one.
The 0-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. On the ground and foul ball. The pitch. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Got him looking for the K. Called strike 3 and a fastball up in the zone.
No, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
And first offering is fouled off. One down, base is empty. That's hard hit on the line. Tracks it down for the out. 2 away.
Up next to the Cubs, the right fielder,
Seiya Suzuki, the next Cub to hit. That's a strike.
Well, impressed that he went right after him on that first pitch. That's the key. Try to get ahead in the count, then you can play around a little bit more as the bat expands.
Kicks and deals. Swing and a pop-off in foul ground. Sizes this one up. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. It's still an 8-1 ball game. Ready to begin the 8th, and now the pitcher, Miles Michaelis.
Miles Michaelis.
And a pitch. And first offering is fouled off. Righty delivers way inside. Right-handed reliever. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Right-hander kicks, deals, swings and misses. First out in the top of the 8th.
Now batting, the center.
And here's the St. Louis leadoff man. Outfield playing pretty shallow. And a big swing and a miss.
No balls, 1 strike.
Way out front for strike 2.
No ball.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
1 down, base is empty. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Gets the out, 2 down after the strikeout.
Well, obviously that was nowhere near the strike zone by the time it got to the plate, and people at home watching are thinking, what's he swinging at? But I'll tell you, some of the break guys snap off these days is just devastating. It can be so tough to recognize where a pitch like that's going to end up.
So up next, Brendan. Donovan. In there at the knees. It's 0-1. The Redbirds up big in this one, and we're in the top of the 8th. Ripped to short. Swanson fires over to first. And that is that. Nothing doing there for St. Louis. And it remains an 8-1 game. Here at Wrigley Field, bottom of the 8th. Now the Cubs catcher, Miguel Amaya. Michaelis into his 8th inning of work, Singy. He's been good.
Yeah, he's the type of guy that gets better as he gets deeper into the ball game. If you're going to get to him, you get to him early. They didn't do that today. We'll see what happens as this finishes.
Michaelis back to work.
Ball.
That's a little bit low. Pitch count in great shape. It seems you might have a chance to finish it. Kicks and fires. Swing and a foul straight back. Next offering is downstairs.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Righty to the plate. That one misses, and that's ball 3. Michaelis still out there to pitch the 8th and working with a big lead.
He's been excellent, really on his game in this one, and at this point, he wants to finish what he started.
The 3-1. And that's in for a strike. Is there a debate to be had about shutting him down, maybe to preserve some bullets given the score?
Absolutely. When you consider over the course of a long season, guys putting a lot of stress on that elbow, on that shoulder, but you also have to pry the ball out of a hand of a guy like this because he's so competitive.
Hauls it in for the out.
Now batting, third baseman,
Pablo Aliendo, the next to hit.
This pitcher's done a good job of disrupting the hitter's timing with a mix of pitches and changing speeds. You want to keep that front foot inconsistent for the batter. Their swings are hesitant, and that's exactly what you want on the mound.
There's a strike.
You can tell by their swings, this lineup is having trouble gauging speeds. Timing is everything in hitting, and right now they just don't have it.
Now the 0-1. And there's a foul ball. The Cubs with a lot of ground to make up here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. In time for the second out. Good job to clean it up after the drop third strike.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
So now a pinch hitter for the pitcher, Mike Tauchman, looking for a 2-out spark with the bases empty. And first offering is fouled off. Good eye right there. Two down, nobody on. Here in the third and final game of the series. The 1-1. Fought off foul. Two down, nobody on. In the air, left field, down the line. Antico flashes the leather on the run and catch. Alzolay gets the ball now.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Demetrius Lewis digs in now. He is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports too. And a pitch. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And that should be extra bases. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
So man aboard. Now Paul Goldschmidt. Splits the plate, and it's 0-1. Now this is in the air down the line. Suzuki on the move. He's got it. Tags up from second, and he'll head to third.
Number 15.
Now the third baseman.
Fly ball to the outfield for a sac fly. Soft ground ball to the right side. Find a hole. He can attack this a few ways, but the one thing he can't do is strike out.
And he takes a strike. And the right-hander deals. And a foul ball. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there are 2 down.
Well, clearly just anxious right there, and understandably so. In an 0-2 count, you feel like you've got a lot of plate to cover, and you don't want to strike out, and you end up striking out. That's just one of those pitches where it's not over the plate, but because you committed to it as it was leaving his hand, by the time you realized it wasn't going to be in the zone, it's too late to hold up your swing.
Lewis at third with 2 away. Lifted in the air, right center field. Sizing this one up. And makes the grab. And that's the 3rd out. 1 hit in the inning, but no one left. To the bottom of the 9th we go. Top of the order, due up. It's the Cardinals 8 and the Cubs 1. Back here at the friendly confines, Dansby Swanson stands in.
I mean, his pitch efficiency, ability to get ahead in the count, at times pitch to contact, let the defense work behind him. That's why he's still in the game here in the 9th inning.
As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. That's in there. Strike 1. You just don't see it that much anymore. A guy being this efficient and getting this deep into the game.
I wonder if he's going to be able to close it out. There's just something about that 9th inning. But being at under 100 pitches, he's still got plenty of fuel left in the tank.
And a pitch. In the air, right field. Lewis drifts towards it. Makes the catch for the out. He's 2 outs away. Nick Madrigal will hit next. In there, and it's 0-1. The Cubbies with a lot of ground to make up. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Comes the 0-1. That one fouled off. The pitch. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Just overmatched on that fastball right there, and it wasn't like he was set up for it by something off speed earlier in the at-bat. Just came right after him with 3 straight, and he had no answer for it.
Bellinger stands in now and watches strike 1. Lifted to left, and that should do it. He's got it. Ball game. And the Cardinals add another to their winning streak.
It seemed like from the first pitch of this ball game, this guy was going to get it done. A quality start. Who knew he'd throw a complete game and get the victory? But an excellent job of continuing to just throw what the catcher put down. He navigated through this ball game, a jam here, a jam there, but ultimately it was an outstanding outing.
And this one finishes with a final of 8-1. And the road team picks up the win and picks up a sweep. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.